practice a passage where you will find some rules of right form of verbs. Before solving the passage, you will have to go through the passage well. You will have to try to make out the meaning of the passage. If you cannot understand the passage well, it will not be possible for you to solve the problems correctly. So, at first you should go through the passage again and again to make out the meaning of the passage. Now, we are going through the passage. It was quite long time since we received your letter. It seems to us that you have forget us. Though you are busy in prepare yourself for the examination, you must keep contact with us. We feel worried for you. How is your preparation going on? It is high time you become serious in study. You should keep in mind that stitch in time, save 9. If you waste your time aimlessly, you suffer in the long run. You have to work hard with a view to ensure your success. If you become successful, your family be happy, the whole nation benefit. Now, I am trying to discuss the rules in the passage, rules of right form verbs in the passage. It was quite long time since we received your letter. In this sentence, we find two clauses. The first clause is, it was quite long time. The second clause is, we receive your letter. We find two clauses in this sentence. Both the clauses are joined by since, and before since we find a clause which declares time. It was quite long time since we received your letter. If you find two clauses and if you find since between two clauses, and if the first clause expresses any time, then if the first clause is present indefinite tense, then the second clause will be in past indefinite tense. If the first clause is past indefinite tense, the second clause will be past perfect tense. Here we find it was quite long time. The first clause is in past indefinite tense. So, the next clause will be past perfect tense. So, we can answer number A. It will be past perfect tense. To complete the verb in past perfect tense, we have to use an auxiliary verb had and the past participle form verb received. It was quite long time since we had received your letter. It was quite long time since we had received your letter. If you find two clauses connecting with since, and if the first clause expresses time, then if the first clause is in present indefinite tense, the next clause will be in past indefinite tense. If the first clause is in past indefinite tense, the next clause will be in past perfect tense. So, we have written the answer had received. After subject, you have to use auxiliary verb had and the past participle form of verb. It was quite long time since we had received your letter. Next sentence, it seems to us that you have forget us. Here, at first you will have to make a question whether this verb is finite or non finite. Before the verb we find an auxiliary verb. So, as we find an auxiliary verb, we are sure this verb is a finite verb, and it seems to us that after that it is a clause, and in this clause we find only one verb and it is forget. So, this verb must be a finite verb. In a clause there must have a finite verb, and as we get an auxiliary verb have, so we are sure it is a finite verb, and have is an auxiliary verb of present perfect tense. So, this sentence is in present perfect tense. We have forget us. As the sentence is in present perfect tense, after have we have to use the past participle form of verb. It seems to us that you have forgotten. Forget, forgot, forgotten us. It seems to us that you have forgotten us. Though you are busy in the next sentence, though you are busy in prepare yourself for the examination, you must keep contact with us. Though you are, here are is a finite verb, and before C we find a preposition in. After preposition we know that after preposition we usually use a noun, and in this place we have to use a gerund which will act as a noun. Though you are busy in, after preposition on, in, of, for, with, without, we usually use a noun. And if we in this chapter we have to use a gerund in the place of a noun which will act as a noun. So after preposition we must use the gerund. We must use the gerund of a verb. So though you are busy in, number C, preparing. Though you are busy in preparing yourself for the examination, you must keep contact with us. In this sentence we find that after a preposition we will have to use a gerund, we have to use the gerund of a verb. So we can surely use preparing for the examination. You must, though you are busy in preparing yourself for the examination, you must keep contact with us. We feel here, use feel, sometimes we use feel as a linking verb. So after feel we can use any adjective. Worry is a verb, we have to change it into an adjective. We feel worried, it will work like an adjective. We feel worried for you, we feel worried for you. Some after a linking verb we usually use an adjective. So though worry is a verb, but we use it as an adjective. We feel worried for you. How is your preparation going on? It is high time. This is an important clause. It is high time. After it is high time, we use a clause where after subject we have to use the past form of verb. It is high time you become serious in study. It is high time, it gives an emphasis on doing something. It is high time you become serious in study. After it is high time we use a clause where we use the past form verb after subject. So we can use it is high time you became, past form verb. After it is high time or it is time, we find a clause where after subject we have to use the past form of verb. It is high time you became serious in study. Now you should keep in mind that should is a modal. Can, could, should, would. After a modal we usually use the present form verb. If the sentence is in active form we have to use the present form verb, and if the sentence is in passive form we have to use can be, could be, should be, and the past participle form verb. Here the sentence is in active form as it begins with the subject. So after can, could, should, would, we can use the present form of verb. You should, number F, keep. You should keep in mind that stitch in time, save 9. You should keep in mind after should you have to use the present form of verb. Mind that stitch in time, save 9. Most important proverb. You must memorize this proverb. You must apply this proverb in your life. Stitch in time, save 9. Here we cannot change any proverb. We have to use the proverb correctly. Stitch in time saves 9. It's a proverb. So we should write down the proverb without changing any meaning or without changing any word. Stitch in time saves 9. If you waste your time aimlessly, you suffer in the long run. It's a conditional sentence. If you waste your time aimlessly, it's a clause, and you suffer in the long run, it's a clause. We find two clauses in this sentence, and the sentence begins with if, so it's a conditional sentence. If you waste your time aimlessly, here we find after if we find a clause which is in present indefinite tense. After subject we find the present form of verb. So the first clause is in present indefinite tense, and our structure is if we have three conditional sentences which begins with if. The first conditional sentence is if plus present plus future. The second conditional sentence is if plus past indefinite tense plus subject plus would or could plus the present form of verb. And the third conditional sentence is if plus past perfect tense plus subject plus would have or could have plus past participle form of verb. We find three conditional sentences. This is the first conditional sentence, if plus present plus future. If you waste your time aimlessly, the first clause is in present indefinite tense, so the second clause will be in future indefinite tense. So we can write you will suffer in the long run. You will suffer in the long run. You will suffer in the long run. We have to, after have to, has to, had to, am to, is to, are to, we have to use, we use the present form of verb. You have to work hard. You have to work hard with a view to. You have to work hard after have to, has to, had to, am to, is to, are to. We use the present form of verb. So we have set up work. You have to work hard with a view to. It's a phrase with a view to, look forward to, addicted to, devoted to. After this phrase, we use the present participle form of verb. We use verb plus ing. So we can use with a view to ensuring, ensuring in the long run. Ensuring your success. You have to work hard with a view to ensuring your success. You have to work hard with a view to ensuring your success. After with a view to, look forward to, addicted to, devoted to, we use the verb plus ing. If you become successful, your family be happy. It's also a conditional sentence. This clause is in present indefinite tense. So the next clause will be in future indefinite tense. If you become successful, your family will be, future indefinite tense, will be happy. Your family will be happy. Then the whole nation, whole nation is also in future indefinite tense. According to meaning, this sentence will be the part of this conditional sentence. So the whole nation will be benefited. Will be benefited. The whole nation will be benefited. In this chapter, you will have 7 marks for 14 problems. You will have to solve 14 problems, for which you will be rewarded with 7 marks. This is how you will try your best to practice the right form of verb